family forever. I've seen them all grow up in front of my eyes. It's been such a wonderful process to witness. And now, as you said, it's the first family of the NIL with like over 10 million influencers at their disposal. I mean, they've got fans galore. They can reach Gen Z collectively like no other group in the whole NIL. So that's pretty cool. And, you know, the thing that's also really neat about this is that their parents are legendary. So, you know, Shaunie, their mom, is with us. She's a, you know, reality star. She's an entrepreneur. She's a momager. She influences people and inspires people in her own right. And we're going to get to talk to her. And of course, you know, the kids are also the children of the legendary Shaq, who puts smiles on people's faces all the time. So, you know, what a great panel we have today. And I can't wait to interview everybody. And I want to start with the mom, because it all starts there. The heart of the family. You can't do anything without the mom. I mean, she's like the CEO of the group. You know, she runs the day-to-day activities of the clan. And, you know, Shaunie, you've been called a momager, you know, the Kris Jenner of the NIL. You could call yourself, you know, sort of like the queen mother of NIL, whatever you want to call it. But how does it feel to have raised these remarkable kids, 4 of them, that now are student athletes that can benefit under this new ruling?
Wow, that's a layered question. I mean, because being a mom is my favorite job in the whole wide world. Like, that's just the best. But they are, and I'm not just saying it because they're mine, they are just remarkable kids, you know, like they're just good kids. And they happen to be phenomenal athletes. So it's crazy. I mean, Leonard, you know, just wrangling us for this moment is hard because it's, you know, so many schedules, so many things going on all the time. And, you know, as a single mom, it was just a matter of trying to figure out how to slice myself into all these pieces and be where I needed to be. And when I wasn't somewhere, you know, letting them know why I wasn't. And I'm at Shaqir's game. I'm not able to go to Shareef's game today, or Mimi's game, and not able to go to Meow's, whatever it is. It's just a matter of, you know, like understanding you have we all have an understanding, right? They know I'm just me and I can only do so much, but I'm very hands-on. You know, having 5 kids, you have to have a personal relationship with each one of them. And it is a different relationship, you know, like each one is different because they all have different personalities. But it's a roller coaster, but a fun one. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, you also are there to help other mothers, other parents who have athlete children. And then now under the NIL, a lot of people come to you for advice. What do you tell them?
You know, I try to do my best. With this being so new, you know, I think the smartest thing is to build a team. Even in my professional life, I think it's important to build a team that knows what they're doing and helping you be as successful at this as you can. So thus, you know, us working with you, because I'm like, Leonard, what the heck? You're like, it's all these things coming and you just want to be smart. You know, I hear a lot of parents saying, hey, this person called and offered this much, we took it. And then this person called and we took it. I'm like, it's not the smartest thing to do. You know, those fine print contracts, those no contracts, you know, deals, those are dangerous places to go and places to, you know, business to do. And it's about longevity, right? You don't want to just do something that's hot right now that could damage another relationship or another deal that you could get down the line, you know. And where is your kid going? Like, is your kid going professional? Is this just, you know, doing this right now while you're in college? Like, I think it just needs to be a plan set and some goals set, you know, before you just jump in.
Well, you know what? I mean, you know, Shaqir told me, teach Shaunie like you taught me. I guess I taught you well, because everything
you're teaching me well, Leonard. I tell you, you're teaching me. I'm taking notes.
So, you know, one other thing I want to ask you before I get to the kids, you know, you have a really interesting quality. Like, people see you and you're kind of on a pedestal. You know, you've been on a reality show. You're obviously famous. But you also provide like these hacks for moms that are busy and don't have time necessarily to figure things out. So you have some really interesting way of providing tips to people like yourself so that maybe they can look like they're dressing like a million, but they don't have to spend that much, or they can figure out how to make some meals in 2 or 3 minutes. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I always say I clean up nice, you know. I will I mean, I just try to keep it as simple. I think simple is best. And that's for, like you said, a busy mom. We got games to go to. We might be coming from work, things like that. I'm big on a crock pot and something you can put on in the morning, and by the time you come back, you know, dinner's ready. I've gone from work to games to where I'll put a jogging suit in the car, and you know, it's just about finding what's simple for you and easiest for you. But one thing that you know, I think is important to tell parents that are parents of athletes is that you know, like, try to figure out a lesson in the game that they can incorporate in life. You know what I mean? So if it's Shareef and he had open heart surgery and he rebounded from that, and you know, it's rebounding in the game. It's just, I think life lessons are so important as parents for the games, and make sure that your kid loves what they do more than you do. You know,
Yeah,
so
no, that's amazing.
that's so important for them to love it more than you. It's not about you, it's about them and supporting them. But you know, some parents get a little carried away and live vicariously through their kid. I think that's a dangerous place to be. So make sure, I always tell my kids, like, listen, if this is not what you want to do, let's go. You know, don't stress
Yeah.
me out.
Oh, no, that's beautiful. And
Yeah.
you know, speaking of that, a lot of student athletes, a lot of kids, especially with the pandemic and everything we've been going through the past couple of years, are really stressed out. And we've had a lot of focus on athlete mental health as of recent times. And it was so refreshing to hear Mimi, and I'm going to talk about you for a second, Mimi, and then talk to you. You know, one of the first things that Mimi said to us is that she wants to really broaden that platform that she's built called Athlete Escape to really help student athletes deal with a lot of these pressures, a lot of the problems that they're faced with in today's world. So Mimi, welcome. Hello, and please tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe a little bit about your passion for Athlete Escape.
Yeah, so I decided to start Athlete Escape last year when I attended LSU. And it was during the pandemic, so everything was just kind of like, everything was kind of sad, you know, like nothing was the same. On lockdown, I would just go to practice and, you know, back to my dorm. So a couple things kind of got to me with that, and also with the media, you know, people talking, that also got to me. So I started Athlete Escape to kind of highlight mental health with athletes, because I really don't think it's talked about enough, and I really think it should be. So I wanted to start that and just, you have a platform where student athletes can, know it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah, well, you obviously were ahead of your time, because all of a sudden with Naomi Osaka and what happened with Simone Biles, I mean, everyone's talking about it now. So I would imagine that there's going to be a lot of people receptive to helping you build this out. And on the college athletic level, there hasn't been that much discussion. So hopefully this can be an opportunity for you to do something important to help others. And I know that's something that you really care about. So, you know, when you talk about your core values, one of those core values you have is to really help other people and be really considerate of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really care about other people a lot. I care about my siblings, always looking out for them, my teammates, always looking out for everyone around me. I really care, and I love hard for people.
Yeah, that's amazing. So talk about how you transferred from LSU to Texas Southern University, which is a historic Black college and university. Did that have anything to do with your decision?
I think it had a little bit to do with my decision. I wanted to come home, be close to my mom, my sister, and also be with Shaqir on campus. I was with Shareef, but I'm moving.
Gotta take care of that younger brother, right?
So yeah, I have most of my family here, and Texas Southern just really showed me a lot of love out of the transfer portal, and I just automatically felt like it was a better fit for me there.
Very cool, very cool. So speaking of your younger brother, Shaqir, who you have to take care of, and I understand that you two live kind of close to each other, and I'm going to talk to him in a second here. So Shaqir, unmute yourself, and I'm going to ask you a question, okay? So
All right.
you are a very fun-loving young man. Your dad told me that you're his twin. Now, why did he say that?
I mean, we don't look alike. I look way better than him, obviously, but everybody says that like we just act the same. Like ever since I was young, everybody says we just are both like funny and goofy. On the court, we get serious. We just sometimes I see similarity. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of weird. But a lot of people just say like we're twins, so we both call each other twins.
So it's because you're like on the court, you're mean and you're tough, but when you get off the court, you like to put a smile on people's faces.
Yeah, and when we always like talk and argue, it's just like we're saying the same stuff. So
So you exploded on TikTok. So what the heck happened, and what do you attribute that to?
So on TikTok, basically, I just was posting like funny dance videos myself, but my account was like private. So one day we were on a plane and my dad was asleep, and I played some old song and I was filming him snoring and like drooling out of his mouth. And I just posted it because I only had like 100 followers. I didn't think anything of it. And then I woke up and it got like 1 million views. And then I posted another one of me and him dancing, and I got like 30 million views. And then I got like 4 million followers in like 2 days. And then I just kept making like little funny random videos, kept posting pranks with my dad, and then it just went up from there.
Oh, wow. Wow. So talk a little bit about your goals. Like, what are your goals as a basketball player? Like, what are you trying to accomplish this year at Texas Southern?
Well, this year at Texas Southern, I'm just trying to make it to the tournament and just win it all. Really, I just want to be with my team, be happy, get the championship, get a ring, and then, yeah, I'm really just focused on winning.
So we're here talking about this thing called NIL. All of a sudden, you as a young man can now start to make money on your name, image, and likeness. So are you excited about this? Do you think it's good? I mean, how does it feel to all of a sudden be able to generate some revenue on your own as opposed to begging your mom and dad for money all the time?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm still going to beg my mom and dad for money all the time, but I think it's a very good opportunity for like me, my family, and also a lot of young athletes to make money off their names, because I know a lot of players before could have really used this, and I think we're all blessed that we're able to do it now. So I really love it.
So, and you have a lot of like famous friends, influencers, like kind of tell everybody about kind of how that works and how you guys hang out and stuff.
Yeah, so like I grew up in LA, and I know like Bronny's like one of my best friends. I knew him ever since I was young, and I know like a lot of YouTubers like Bryce Hall, Taylor Holder. I know like all the TikTokers and stuff. We just hang out, have fun. I see them at like few events and stuff, but yeah, and we all just follow each other and talk. So I'm really like close with those guys.
That's cool. So do you like to play any video games, or what kind of things do you like to do in your spare time?
I love video games. I'm really good at video games, especially Fortnite. Me and Meow play Fortnite all the time.
Oh yeah, who's better?
I'd say me. I was trying to be nice.
I'm gonna get to her. You're coming next, so don't worry, you'll have your chance.
I was trying to be nice. I was gonna say her, but it's really me. She's getting there, but like, I play. You can see I got Fortnite on the screen right now.
I'm better at building than you.
I get like 10 kills a game.
Do you play any of the basketball games? You play 2K or anything like that?
Nah,
not so much. Not so much. Okay, all right. So Meow, you're in high school. You're just turned 15. Is it really true that you can dunk?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but
I saw her dunk. She dunked.
What? Oh
Okay.
my gosh,
I
that's
can, but not.
unbelievable.
I can, but not consistently.
Well,
But I'm
okay,
good.
and you're a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, just started sophomore year.
Ooh, so how does it feel like when you go to these tournaments and you're walking around at 15 years old and these girls are coming up to you and acting like you're a star player? How does that feel?
It's pretty a surreal feeling because I've never really had that much confidence in myself, and to see like other people like inspired by what I do, it makes me like grateful that I even have the life that I have. And I would love to continue to like inspire other young athletes my age.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing. So, you've already gotten offers from colleges at 15, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about it.
The process is it's not overwhelming, but the emotions are everywhere really. And it's also a surreal feeling because I didn't think I would get that many offers at the age. I was 14. Well, no, I wasn't 14. I was 15 at the time, and it's still surreal because I was only a freshman. And it was like my first big tournament, first time playing EYBL. So it was fun. It was really fun, but it was also nerve-wracking at the same time.
Yeah, so you've gotten an offer from where have you been? It's UCL. Oh, does that mean anything that you're wearing that? No. Okay, you're not saying you're not, but you appreciate all the offers you've gotten so far,
Yeah, definitely.
and you expect to get a few more coming down the pipe.
Hopefully. We'll see.
Does your mama? Do you have anything to say about this? What's your feeling about your youngest daughter? Coming up and having all this attention on her as a basketball player.
Well, it's interestingly enough, Meow got offers the youngest out of everybody. Like even Shareef, like no one got offers this early. So this is a first. I mean, it was a little overwhelming because I'm like, can she get offers this early? And are we supposed to be taking visits? It just seemed like, she's just a sophomore. So it just seemed kind of too soon to do all of that. But apparently you can. And I mean, I know she might have a top 5, maybe. But I think that, it's a great feeling to be wanted. And, she works hard and she's in the gym every day. So, she puts in the work to get the appreciation. And one thing about Meow, she's very, very grateful and she's very loyal and loving. Like she loves hard and, she looks out for her friends. We had a conversation the other day about her game. And I was saying, you can shoot, you pass well. She really hates playing the post because she's just like, oh, I don't want to, everybody wants me to play like my dad because I'm the biggest girl out there. Like, well, just think about it. If you do that, then they can't stop you. Like, what can't you do in the game? You can go, you take them inside out. So it's just one more thing that you could add to your game and you're unstoppable. So I think she agreed, right, Meow? I mean, I'm not the basketball person in the family. Like when I give basketball advice, they kind of laugh. But I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. So Meow, I've seen you on social media and you seem to be pretty comfortable just going on and creating content, etc.
Yeah, I would like people to see the real me, not just like the perfect image. Well, obviously I want to be perfect, but like not everybody's perfect. So I'm just comfortable with like everybody seeing like the real me and my personality. And I also love to dance. So TikTok is like the main app.
You want to show some dance moves right now?
Oh,
okay. The people have to go on your TikTok to see that, right? Okay,
right.
That's fair.
TikTok.
Did your mom teach you those dance moves, or did you make them up on?
It's kind of the other way around.
Oh, you teach her?
I do. We all teach you the TikTok dance.
You teach the TikTok dance, but
We
how
have
did you
to-
learn how to
We have
I'm-
to stand there for like 20 minutes.
that is true.
until she-
It takes me a solid 30 to get a TikTok dance down. Like who does, choreography these days? They do real dance routines. Who has time?
Shaqir, you're the entertainer in the group. So what do you have to say about this?
Oh yeah, my mom can't dance.
Here.
Takes her like at least 30 minutes to teach her how to do a simple whoa, clap. But Miar can
Oh
dance.
my God.
Mimi can dance. Everybody in the family can dance. I say I'm the best at the parties.
Clearly you say you're the best at everything though. Like every single thing. You're best looking, you do everything, right?
Hey, I am the best looking. That's just facts.
So Shawnee, so
Yes.
you could, sort of wave a magic wand over the next year. What would you like to see for each one of these kids? So I want to hear that.
You know what? I don't put any pressure on them. We do talk about like their personal goals and things that they would like to accomplish. So what I do is when we have those conversations, I just try to be the support system for those goals. So I would love to see them meet the goals that they have set for themselves in the next year. I know Shareef wants to have a phenomenal year and try to go to the league, next season. So I'm supporting that 1,000%. And Shaqir, honestly, is trying to do the same thing as a freshman. He's trying to go in there and kill and get on out of there. But he also had a conversation with me the other day. Shaqir. He also had a conversation with me the other day about, furthering his education. He was like talking about getting his master's and things like that. So I'm definitely supporting him in all of the above. Miara, she said, she wants to start doing 2-a-day workouts and she's going to school online. So we're figuring out that schedule now. And Mimi, she's playing ball again this year, which is great because last year she was like, absolutely not, Mom, I quit, it's over. And she's back playing and she's so dedicated. And I love to see that about her. She's dedicated academically as well as with the team, but it's just good to see her smiling because like she said, last year was a little depressing and down for her, especially. She struggled. So now we got our Mimi back with smiles and all that. And I love that she's trying to support other athletes in that space that she was in and encouraging people to talk about it because that's so very important. So to answer your question, Leonard, I guess it's just me supporting the goals that they have set for the year and doing whatever I can to, push that along.
Yeah, so just talking to each one of them, like Mimi, tell us about what you're looking forward to this year as a student athlete, but also, with an eye towards, the rest of your future.
I'm just looking forward to, like Shaqir said, to winning, getting better at the sport. And I'm really excited about this NIL opportunity, but not just for the money, because I think it'll help me step out of my comfort zone, with doing stuff like this, like interviews and stuff, because everyone knows I'm a little shy. I don't talk much. So even this, I was like, oh my God, do I want to do this?
You're doing great.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to step out my comfort zone. And
It's interesting. We got a question from the audience just wondering, they're really, feel, pretty excited about your athlete escape group. So is there any information you can provide people about how to find it, or are you still in the sort of like the development phases of it?
right now, all I have is the Instagram page, but I'm working on, other stuff to kind of.
So stuff to come, right? We're all
Yeah.
working on trying to figure out how we can really launch this thing so that it really can scale and help as many people as possible, right?
Yeah.
And then as you continue on with your education, do you have anything in mind in terms of what you want to do?
Not yet. I'm not sure exactly what I do. I'm majoring in business management. So I've actually really been enjoying that. I've been learning a lot in my classes, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do.
All right, well,
I
that's
just
fair.
really want to work with Amazon.
You want to work with Amazon? Okay.
What do you mean work with Amazon? Like
You
buying
you want to be a
Something
delivery
with
person?
Amazon.
something with Amazon? Well, I hope they give you again credit because right now. By the way, I don't know. It was a gentleman named Chris who was on here before we logged on, and he talked to the guy in front of us about New Balance. And I just would like to put this little plug in if these are what I had on today. So
Look
New
out.
Balance, while you out here, don't play with me.
All right. Oh, that's so good. Hey, so Shaqir, I'm not going to let you off the hook because, you know, if you say you're your dad's twin, he's a hardworking man and he's very productive. So what are you going to do in the coming year to be productive? What are your goals?
I just work out every day with my team and just study, just get smarter. And yeah, just write out my goals and just make sure I complete them all and make sure that I'm as happy as I can be every day.
Oh, nice. And then also, like your dad says, make other people's lives better and put a smile on their face.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. Shaunie, so, you know, this is really interesting and, you know, kind of maybe even gets back to Miara. You know, you seems like you've raised these kids with some great values and humility. How did that happen being, you know, the kids of such, you know, rich, famous people?
Well, I think the power of no is amazing. You know, it's just one of those things that you expect them to have everything, get everything they want, you know, go everywhere they want to go. And that is not how, you know, being in my house was at all. So it was the power of no and the, you know, just humbling them to like, hey, we have your dad and I have money. You don't necessarily have money. So that doesn't mean you get to go around and just spend up. And don't get me wrong, they do their bit of spending. As Mimi said, she wants to work with Amazon. I do too, because I would like to get all my money back that she has spent there. But you know, it's one of those things that the power of no and just humbling them. We did things like go down to the what is it, downtown and feed the homeless for holidays. I made sure that we did things that always gave back to the community. When Miara still does it now, it's like I kind of programmed them this way of if she wants new shoes, right? She wants all these sneakers. And I'm like, okay, you want 4 new pairs of sneakers and you have to give 4 away, you know, to someone that needs shoes. We have to give them to charity or give them to an organization that gives shoes to kids that need shoes. So with their clothes, everything. So it's a giving, you know, a pay it forward type household that I think helped just raise them to be the people that they are today, because they all definitely give back in every way. You know, Shaqir talks about making people laugh and smile every day. He does, but he also is so very giving. Like he literally will give the shirt off his back in a heartbeat. So, you know, I love that about each and every one of them. I wish Shareef could have joined us. He's in practice apparently right now. And I guess the coach is not letting him get away. I thought I soothed that relationship a little bit, but apparently that's not happening.
All right. Well, you know, speaking of that, Shaunie, and I want to hear from Shaqir and maybe Mimi on this. You know, now that you're able to make money from your name, image, and likeness, the schools are monitoring it closely. So what's the attitude like at these schools? Because now the way that it works, the NCAA has basically said it's up to the schools to figure out what this really means. And I know schools want to protect their money. Like if they have a shoe deal with one, you know, organization or one company, they don't want to have a kid wearing a shoe from another company because it messes up their deal. So Shaqir, like at Texas Southern, what are they saying? Mimi, at Texas Southern, are they telling you anything about what you can and can't do?
Yeah, they were just telling us to let us know what deals we make, and we're not allowed to like sell anything with like Texas Southern on it.
What about are they putting any other restrictions on you? Like, are they saying you can't get a shoe deal? Does Texas Southern have a shoe deal with one of the companies?
Yeah, our team is sponsored by Under Armour, but they never say anything about a shoe deal or anything. They just said you can't like sell anything with like my name and Texas Southern on it. Like, so I couldn't sell, like my jersey or anything.
Right. Okay. So do you, Mimi and Shaqir, you work through the same compliance officer, or do they have, or just who tells you all this?
Yeah, we work through the same compliance, I believe. They really just want us to let them know everything, to go over it, you know.
Do they seem to be supportive, or what's their attitude about things?
Yeah, they're pretty supportive. They just really wanted to stay in the loop. So if we did anything and just who we did it with, and that's pretty much it.
And so Miara, like, you're in high school. So, you know, it's a little bit different rules in high school. Some states allow, a few states don't. I know that you're a online student, you know, and basically California student for purposes of the online high school you're in. Are you thinking about the NIL and being able to do things? What's your feeling and your attitude about it? Do you want to make money?
Yes, I do. I would like to spend my own money and not always spend my mom's money.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
So what kind of things, if you could dream, what kind of things would you dream being associated with? What kind of companies would you love to have paying you?
Definitely shoe companies, because I really love shoes, and also clothes too. I really love clothes. I really love, yeah, all types of clothes, really. It doesn't really matter.
So what kind of, do you like super fashionable clothes? Do you like, you know, athleisure wear? What kind of stuff do you like hang around in or like to wear?
I don't know if you guys know Billie Eilish, but I really,
Of course.
yeah,
Everybody knows Billie Eilish.
I kind of like her style, so I kind of like
Baggy clothes?
and like incorporate my personality with those type of clothes. So definitely like comfy, baggy, graphic type stuff is what I go
But
to.
I think Mimi seems a little more high fashion, right, Mimi?
I honestly don't think so.
No?
No,
What do you like?
more than them two.
You like what?
I said not as much as them two, Meow and Shaqir.
No, what do you like?
I like, you know, I don't want to say plain because I make plain look like it's high fashion, but it's not, you know. So what do I wear? I'm trying to think. I haven't worn.
She wears baggy sweats and big jackets. And pajamas.
How about you, Shaqir? What about you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, usually when like at school, I just be wearing shorts and a shirt, but like when I pop out to go out somewhere, I put on a fit, like be wearing designer pants, shoes, shirts. Like I'm the second best dressed in my family. I say Miles, he's a model. I look up to him. I like modeling a lot. So sometimes I steal his clothes and I'll just wear it better than him. So yeah, when I try, I really wear something nice.
Well, that's good. So Shawnee,
Yes.
so tell me what you think is going to happen over the next year or so with the NIL and all these college athletes having the opportunity to profit or make money from their name, image, and likeness. How do you see this evolving, and what advice would you give other parents about how to, you know, sort of help or support their kids as they start to look at what to do?
Like I said before, I think it's very important for parents and their child or children to have a plan, you know, a plan of longevity. So, you know, I also think that maybe it'll be an incentive for a lot of kids that maybe aren't going to go pro to continue their education. You know, as long as you're staying a college student and you can stay in this NIL process, you can make money, play sports, get your education. and, you know, plan for the future. So the whole package is about planning, because again, you don't want to make quick decisions that aren't smart for the future and whatever your child plans on doing. If they plan on going pro, then you got to think like that. You know, you gotta figure out what are those deals that either are going to last till then and possibly get bigger when they get there, or something a little more short term, because our goal is to go pro next season or whatever. So, you know, it's about planning and having somebody or a team around you that can look at the fine print, that can sit down and strategize with you. I think it's worth the time, the energy, and maybe even the money to put a strategy together for a brand. Your child is now a brand. So you got to think like that. You know, it's not just the, hey, let's make some quick money. That kid who maybe is an adult is a brand now. So, you know, put a smart plan in place.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I mean, you're fortunate enough to have 4 kids collectively with 10 million followers in social media and can reach Gen Z in a, you know, really powerful way. But there's a lot of student athletes out there under the so-called NIL that can't reach very many people at all. And you know, I know it's probably a lot of maybe disappointed people out there thinking they're going to make a lot of money when in fact, you know, they're not able to do that. So, you know, I think you know, the one thing I'd say to you is, you know, just listening to you today and knowing you and knowing this family for so long, you've done such a great job raising these kids, and, you know, they're all delightful in their own way, you know, and they have the kind of values that I think that people really respond to and respect. So I just want to say congrats to all of you. And I see Chris is coming on to kind of wrap things up. So Chris, you got any final thoughts on everything?
Just want to let you know, Shawnee, I heard you. We got you on that New Balance.
Thank you,
And
Chris.
now-
We are now friends.
Absolutely. And now that the ONeal family is under the influential banner, we got you on a lot more stuff. So really exciting times ahead. Leonard is the man. He's one of my best friends, and I'm super excited to be working with y'all.
Same
Thanks
here.
so much, Chris.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All right,
Absolutely.
thanks everybody. All right,
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having me.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, we did it. I love it, Shaqir. We did it, guys. This is the end of an amazing day. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. So much knowledge dropped today. So many great people. We're going to definitely be doing this again in the near future. Even more star-studded with even more great brands and agents and players and management. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. So let me just say my final bit here. Influential will be back in a few short weeks on September 23rd with another awesome days of sessions on influencer marketing. But in the meantime, check out the upcoming livecast on September 9th. Brand Innovators is hosting a Women in Marketing Leadership livecast. If you're free, please check it out. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Labor Day weekend, and bye for now.